Hello, the other day I prepared a Spanish omelette and brought it to the office, and some of you, in view of the delicious results, asked me to show them how it is cooked. Well, you know, I have gone through verbal explanation, the ingredients and everything, so really I think that the best solution is this one that you are looking at now. I have prepared a little video for your culinary enjoyment, and Alan was Alan. So first of all, the first thing that we need to know is what are the ingredients and the cutlery and all the tools that we need. So here I have them. Okay, here we have the materials and the ingredients that we need. First of all, let's start with the materials. You need a big pan as a reference. You can see that this is, I have to say this is very big, but I don't have any other tool. A little bowl to mix the potatoes and the eggs and the salt and whatnot. And this tool, this little pot for rinsing the oil when all the frying is done. The pan, of course. Dishes, cutlery, knives, forks, a little bowl to put the onion, and then the ingredients. These are my proportions. My proportion is 1 potato, 1 egg, and 1 small onion, plus salt per person. Now, I have decided that I am going to show you how to do an omelette for 4 people. Why? Because normally you are going to prepare the omelette not for yourself, but for your family, friends, or whatever it is. So I have thought that the best thing is to have an omelette for 4 persons. So 1 potato per person, 1 egg per person. These eggs are medium to small, so I decided to use 5. 1 big onion, salt, and oil, olive oil, Palestinian extra virgin olive oil. So let's go with the preparations. Alright, so the first thing that we are going to do is to cut the onion in small pieces. So we have this little piece of wood. We have the trash here, again, for keeping everything really clean and really tidy. You know, I have to say that the onions that I have found here in Gaza are extremely tasty. I don't know why, but maybe it is, I don't know what kind of herbicides they use in Europe. But definitely in Spain, the onions, they are not as tasty as in here. And that is something that, for instance, the onion in Gaza makes me cry, whereas in Spain, not anymore. I do not cry when I peel onions. So here it is really something that has caught my attention, and the thing is that onions, they are, like I said, tasty, and actually they leave the, you see, I'm crying now, oh my god, you see. All right. Okay, this is how the onions should be after all this cutting and all the crying and all the work. I'm going to put them. Well, I think I'm going to leave them here in this little piece of wood, in this cutting wood. because actually there's no need to get that little bowl dirty. Tamam. So next thing that we are going to do is to put the big pots in the fire. Let's see how this thing works there you go. Oil. I am always generous with the oil. I prefer to use more oil than actually it is needed, or maybe sometimes even to reuse it. Why? Because I like, you will see how the process is done. I like the potatoes and everything to be really oily. So you see it is pretty much half a liter or 3/4 of a liter of oil, and then you can always reuse it. Now in this moment is when you have to look at the clock. Let's look at the clock. 5 to 5. So from my point of view, you would need 1 hour. 1 hour to do the whole thing. Being the starting point, the moment that you turn on the fire and put the oil in the pot. Okay. First step is to put the onions. To put the onions in the pots. Now, how hot should the oil be? That is a very interesting question. Me, I like the onions to be, I'd say, in Spain, the word that we use is rotten. It's like caramelized. So the strength of the fire should not be very much. You will see. Something like that, and we will leave it. We will leave it until the onions turn brownish, something like that. It might take 10 minutes. What are we going to do during these 10 minutes? We are going to peel the potatoes. All right, so we are here to peel the potatoes. That is something that doesn't have any mystery. Everybody knows how to peel the potatoes. So I think I can do it. So if I can do it, everybody can do it, I guess. To me, the quality of a good Spanish omelette is related to the quality of the potatoes. And I have to tell you that the potatoes that we found here in Gaza are rather good, I have to say. Personally, I mean, I like the potatoes that I find in the Andalusia or the grocery store in the corner of the office. But I mean, to me the best potatoes are those that are grown and produced in my home region in Galicia. What can I say? Okay, they are done now. Let's clean them a little bit because they have a little bit of sand. We don't want the sand to be stuck in our in our tea, right? All right, now let's see how the onions are going. It's very important to look at them. Okay, habba habba. I mean, you cannot smell it, but delicious. Now, next step is to cut the potatoes. To cut the potatoes in slices, thin slices. Why? Because what I want to happen with these slices is that they create a paste, that they break all the links, internal links, the chemical links of the substance, and create a little bit like a paste. You will see it. You will see it because I am going to illustrate everything. So, look. Where are you? See? This is the kind of slices that I want the potatoes to be after the cutting. تمام؟ يلا, let's continue. All right, let's see how, oh, delicious, delicious, delicious. Look at this. This is the moment when we have to put the potatoes in the pot. And we're going to do that. So we mix it very well. We mix the potatoes and the onions. We do not touch the fire. The fire, we leave it like it is. And خلاص. Now, the only thing that it has to happen is that they have to cook 5-10 I would say half an hour, but every now and then, every 2 minutes, something like that, particularly at the beginning, you need to come and move the whole mixture. You see now still the potatoes are, let's say, with the size and the shape that we have given, but every now and then you have to pass by and give it a turn or whatever it is. We are already 10 minutes, 8-10 minutes into the cooking process, and you will see at this low fire that the potatoes can already be broken, the potato slices. So that is what we need to do. We want to break them. We want to make them smaller. Then you would ask, why don't you break them in smaller sizes from the very beginning? Well, that is a very good question. I don't have a reply. I have always done it like this, and it works. And you know what I think? If it works, don't touch it. The same. Already 10 minutes into the cooking process, and it is like I said, it is a pity that you are not here because it smells delicious. All right, 15 minutes, 17 minutes into the process, and look, now actually you cannot see, you cannot make the difference, you cannot tell the difference of what is onion and what is potato. They are becoming smaller, and they are becoming like a little paste or a little substance. The thing is, this pot is very big. I would have loved something a little bit smaller, but hey, we have to work with what we have. One more thing, look that this is a non-adherent pot. This is very important because otherwise the potatoes are going to get stuck to the bottom. So it is very important that the pot is not non-adherent. Alright. As you can see, almost half an hour, 37 minutes. Look how it is. Like I said, this pot is very big for this amount of potatoes and onion and stuff, so I have not been able to create this paste, but still this is going to work and it's going to be delicious, by the way. So what we are going to do now, we are going to remove the potatoes from the pot and put it in the rinsing pot, the one with the little holes. So for that we are going to use this tool. We're going to put it over the plates. Yeah. Why over the plate? Because we don't want to dispose the oil through the sink. The oil should be disposed in an appropriate manner. All right, so let's go for it. I'm going to see if I am able to show you how to do it, or how I do it, not how to do it, how I do it. All right. Remember, very important that the pot is non-adherent, because otherwise you are going to find yourself with the potatoes and the onion stuck to the bottom. Really, it is very important. It smells delicious. I think it is going to be okay. I will give you my honest feedback once I try it. It is true that in this dish, in this plate, in this Spanish omelette, we use a lot of dishes, tools, materials, pots, pans. So it's a little bit, in that sense, it's a little bit, how to say, dirty. But hey, I think it is worth. I happily do it. All right. So this oil that stays here, we're still going to keep it in the pot, and we're going to dispose it later, or I reuse it because it has the taste of the onions and the potatoes, and I can sink bread there. Alright, now comes the, let's say, the artistic touch, if I may say. I don't want to be very conceited in this regard, but it is a little bit of an art. These next steps. So first of all, you get the eggs. Remember, for it's 1 egg per person, but in this case, since they are small eggs, I have chosen 5. And yeah, we shake them well. By the way, I have to say that the eggs here in Gaza, they are very good as well. Undeniably, the kitchen products and the food here in Gaza is very good. I don't know where they're coming from. I don't know if they are grown here in Gaza, these eggs, or if they are imported from the West Bank or Jordan, Egypt. I really do not know. But they are really very good. And even they have some other wild, I mean those chicken who are those hens that are not raised in a farm, that they run wild in a corral. I have seen some of them, and one day I'm going to try them. Okay, so now it is the salt, because the salt has to be mixed with the eggs. I know it is not very healthy. Me, I like it salty. And then comes one of the main questions that I am asked when doing this thing. In what moments do we get the potatoes and the eggs mixed? Well, here. Now it is the moment when I can say if 4 or 5 eggs is the right amount. And I would say, I like them as well, the omelette, I like them spongy. I don't like them very thick, I like them spongy. So I always try to be generous with the eggs. Okay, so where are you? This is it. This is the tortilla as it looks now. And now comes the other artistic touch, which has to do with a little bit of hands maneuvering. Let's see if I am able to put it so that you can see it. So, the pan, it needs a little bit of oil, a little bit, just a little bit. So, we can get some of the oil that we have put here under the pot with the holes, the rinsing pot, something like this, just a small pellicule, just something very, just to, you know, contribute to the non-sticky part of that. All right, better with this angle. Now, when the oil is already hot, but not very hot, we put the whole mix. So now you see the eggs. So now what I do, I put the fire rather high. It is a medium fire, but I put it high, you know, just to give a little bit of happiness to the eggs. Oh, smells delicious, and looks like it is going to taste even better. Okay, I am going to do the risky business now. All right, this is the moment of truth. Opa. It went well. So now we do the same with the fork. So it is 1 hour, exactly 1 hour it took us to prepare this Spanish omelette. And now what I'm going to do is to do it with another clean plate, which is going to be the plate where we're going to serve it. We're going to do another turn and to move it from the pan into the plate. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Voila! How about that? Okay, so this is it. The first thing that I have to say is that I should have used smaller materials like the pan and the pot, particularly the pot, because the pot if it's being very big, it didn't give the potatoes and the onions the chance to actually create a paste, as I said to you. Then the pan as well because if you see, it is not really as thick as I would like to. Okay, but I mean, to the office the other day, I used a medium size, as slightly smaller pan, and the thickness of the omelette was a little bit higher. It was like a couple of millimeters thicker, which made it more spongy. But hey, I mean, nobody's perfect. So now we only have to wait until 7:50, 7:30 for iftar.